Ghost of Tsushima is massive. I am betting that most players are only a little ways in so far, and still may be able to take advantage of my tips as they continue or begin their journey, depending on when they picked up the game. And they should pick up the game, as it is excellent. Ghost of Tsushima is a sprawling world to the point where it can be hard to know what to focus on early, whether that's technique points or map exploration. So, I'm here to try to help with that. Here are 10 things I wish I knew when I started Ghost of Tsushima. 1. The Ronin/Clan armor sets offer different styles. Early on in the game you are given a choice to pursue 2 different storylines. You'll get to both eventually, and yet the one you pick will be your first real armor set in the game, and you may want to make that decision accordingly. The Ronin set you get from the Straw Hat mission gives you a significant buff to melee damage and is the coolest looking set in the game. And yet the Clan armor set from the Lady Masako quest is kind of the beginner armor, as it gives you damage reduction, health and resolve when taking damage, which can effectively be used as a health potion whenever. This might be the right call as you're getting used to combat, but once you figure it out, the Ronin set is the one I used for most of Act 1 because it's just so damn cool. 2. This does not have to be a parry game. I know that a lot of people are turned off by Ghost because they think it's going to be another game where you just have to parry and dodge your way through every encounter. While you can do that, the game offers alternate combat options. The first and most obvious is stealth, with assassinations and such. Then there's archery, and you can fully spec into that if you want. You can use ghost weapons, and at least one armor set is built around those. But for open melee combat even, you can focus entirely on stagger, a mechanic where you break an enemy's guard before they attack you, or while they attack you, and you barely ever have to dodge or parry at all. So don't be scared by early parry problems. You either learn, or you don't have to do it later. 3. Fox dens will give you 2 of the best charms in the game. Fox dens allow you to do more than just pet cute foxes. Once you unlock all your charm slots, if you keep finding dens, you unlock 2 of the best charms in the game, Charm of Inari's Might and Charm of Silence. Both of these are upgraded a few times the more fox dens you find, and in the end, the Might charm gives you a massive upgrade to health and melee damage, and is essentially a legendary armor set perk by itself. The Silence one dramatically reduces enemy detection speed and gives you way more resolve generation. You will have to get to Act 3 to fully find every fox den, but I would prioritize those very early. 4. The Charm of Inari means infinite upgrades. I had the Charm of Inari on pretty much the entire game. Why? It gives you essentially double supplies, meaning you can upgrade your gear twice as fast. Granted, I sort of went overboard. By the time I finished the story I had maxed every weapon and armor set and still had like 3,600 supplies left over, so I probably could have turned it off sooner, probably like halfway through the game. But this allowed me a ton of upgrades early, and was worth sacrificing the charm slot for. 5. Your flute controls the weather. Don't be like Gothalion and spend an hour waiting for the weather to clear so you can record some beautiful game footage. Your flute is for more than just messing around, it's actually a weather ocarina, and the first song you learn will clear the weather and make it sunny out. Other songs you unlock as you find cricket cages in graveyards, and you can shift the weather in different ways besides sunshine. 6. You can slash through doors. It took me a solid 20 hours to figure this one out, but instead of doing that awkward door opening and closing animation in every building, you can simply slash through the doors with your sword and get inside immediately. I mean, don't ruin any peasants' homes, but you can do this for most zones you're playing in, and I found this to be a tiny thing that saved some headaches. 7. The map will auto-reveal eventually. I know that it's probably bothering you that the fog of war keeps coding little parts of the map, and if you're like me, maybe you were riding around in an upgraded traveler's set trying to clear then find stuff. Well, about that. Once you clear every Mongol camp in a zone, the entire fog of war on that section of the map will be cleared. This will reveal every question mark you haven't found yet, and while you still have to travel to them to figure out what they are, there really is no point trying to clean the map manually because of this. 8. The stance trees are massively important. Absolutely do not underestimate stance trees in this game. I upgraded them last, behind the parry and dodge upgrades, and I regret that. I ended up using stances and stagger builds more than anything else in the game, and this is by far the best way to increase your combat prowess. Between the stagger damage increases and the combos you unlock, once you learn them, you will be more effective at fighting than any perfect parrying you can do. Trust me, invest in this tree and learn it. 9. My 3 favorite armor sets.
Some say he died.
Gasaku's armor, found in Act 2 from a legendary story quest that increases stagger damage and gives you health on kill. Sakai clan armor. This is also unlocked in Act 2 and gives you a whole lot of health and melee damage, so it's probably the best all-around set in the game. It also lets you extend your standoff streak to 5, meaning you can clear entire road encounters in one go a lot of the time, or clear out half a base before you even go inside. Ghost armor. This is given to you later in the story near the end of Act 2, and I like it because of its perk where kills have a chance to terrify enemies, and terrified enemies are essentially oblivious. There's charm that increases daring chance by 25%, so you can make this set have a 55% chance of terrifying / auto-killing a nearby enemy with every kill. 10. Don't save materials for the final Mongol set. If you're like me, you might be saving materials for future armor sets because you know you'll want to max them if they're good. I was saving a whole lot of materials for the final armor set in the game, a Mongolian set, and yet once I unlocked it I figured out that it's one of the only sets that you cannot upgrade and it's already max when you get it. So don't worry about hoarding for it.